Welcome in the biggest boss, Ricky Rose. Rick Ross, what's happening, baby?
You already know what it is, baby. Thank you for having me. You know what I mean? I'm happy to check in with the family.
Yes,
man,
indeed, man.
you living out there, man? What's going on with you, Rose?
Man, you already see what it is, man. Live from the promised land. I'm sipping good. I've been sipping since earlier today. I'm smoking good. You know, we gotta put one in the air for young Dolph. You know what I'm saying?
Real.
Most definitely. And other than that, man, we gotta make sure we maximizing life, man. We gotta enjoy life. We gotta spread love. We gotta live. You understand? Let's work hard. Let's really go after our desires and really make these accomplishments happen.
Yeah.
Rick, you the biggest boss, and the boss is coming in. Brett Berish, the CEO of Sovereign Brands. Brett, my man, welcome.
Cheers, guys.
Hold on, I gotta make me a drink, guys. I gotta make me a drink.
Hey, look, we ready this time.
Yeah, we ready. We was ready. We wasn't prepared last time. I got the bamboo cup and everything.
Okay, I'm ready.
Rose, Brett, this is what we call a little Sacramento splash here. I got that McQueen with a little pink lemonade, and we ready to have a good time today, man.
Oh, okay. I like the name of that.
Yeah, a little Sacramento splash.
Mine's old school, Bel Air,
Sacramento Splash.
Yes, sir.
That's a boss and a player name of a drink.
Yes, sir.
Listen to the Sacramento Splash.
My man.
Indeed.
My man.
Cheers, fellas. Cheers. We appreciate you for being with us.
Hey, I just want to, Ross, you got to show some love to these guys. They flew all the way out from California to Summervest at your house, Promised Land. I mean, come on. That's just, I was shocked.
No, most definitely. That's boss moves. You know what I'm saying? That's a boss move. But I think, we got to give them a round of applause for those fucking hoodies they got.
There you
go. Y'all went above and beyond, and I got to acknowledge that. You know what I'm saying?
That's love, Rick. That's love, man.
Yo, that's so there's just two real things. Rick, I think you need to turn us down a little bit because we're echoing through the radio, so you might have to hit the volume just a little bit on your computer. But I'll tell Brett, man, I'll tell both of you. We've taken this partnership with you guys super seriously, man, and we've had some really talented designers put together these logos, these black bottle logos, and man, you see that logo behind KC. This is, we're so closely identified with you, man. We're gearing up for 2022 and all of that, and we're just happy to be a part of the team.
Yeah, man.
Guys, personally, I love it. It's the beauty of our brands, at least, is take ownership of them, create off them, leverage them, take advantage of them. That's what I love most. Most brands, they don't want you to touch or screw with it or tamper with it. I love it. Your own creativity, make it your own. We love you guys. You're unbelievably supportive. That's what friendship's about. Forget brands. That's what friendship's about.
Yeah. Facts. I want to go back to Summerfest, man, because that was one of the great experiences that I've ever had, man. And come on, man. First of all, let me talk about the Promised Land. Let me tell you guys what happened when I came to the Promised Land, right? We come through the gates. I got the video on my phone, Rose. I come through the gates. You know how long it took me to see the house? 53 seconds. I'm driving down the road. It took 53 seconds before I even saw the house. I saw the ranch. I saw the horses. I was like, oh, okay, the house must be coming up. Nope, that was only about 28 seconds into get down the road. 53 seconds. The Promised Land is insane, Rose. It's insane, man.
Man, and really, it's really about us celebrating. When we meet up at the Promised Land, whenever Brett or the team, the squad, the family come over, it's a gathering. And whenever there's a gathering, whenever in the presence of Rose, the boss, or the big boys, you got to really enjoy the moment, and that's when the drinks come out, the toast be made. You know what I mean? We got to really solidify these memories.
I'm sure for you and Damien, you get this. Maybe Ross doesn't feel it anymore, but I swear to God, when I arrive at that house, I'm just motivated for more.
Yes.
Like, oh my freaking God, look what this guy's done. I want this. I want to do this. Look what can happen.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just the house. It's the fleet. It's the 100 fleet of cars out front. It's the lake he had de-drained to restock with fish, and his mom is saying, "What are you doing?" Like, that's motivating.
Look, Brett, me and David, we went to go get something to eat at the party, and we were walking around like the promised land's crazy. We look, we said, "Is that a little league back there?" We had a little league back there. I said, "Oh man, he got everything in the promised land."
Man, it's just, I'm glad you guys really had, the opportunity to come out, man, and just, just for us to see all the members, just the team, everybody you get to see online, you see everybody posting, but to actually get to meet them in person, man, and, to me it was real dope. I told Brett, man, that was a real dope experience. I can't wait to this year.
Yeah, and just one last note on that. What blew me away was it was the first time we've ever done anything like that. But all the brand ambassadors all around the U.S. That whether DJs, on-air personalities, promoters, hustlers coming together, driving from Jersey, driving from Minnesota, all coming together. It was just amazing feeling to have everyone there at the same time. Loved it.
And Rick, since we talked last, you're a best-selling author again for the second time.
Come on, man.
With the Boss Up book coming out, man.
Come on, man.
Your work ethic is unmatched. Like Brett was just talking about this a second ago. What still motivates you?
It's so much, as you travel the world, it's so much more to see. It's so much more to learn. I want to travel a lot more. I want to do a lot more things. You know what I mean? It's just like you guys, you got a dope, movement going here. Look at your podcast. Look at the way you guys are building your brands. Now imagine that 2 years from now. You understand? Mm-hmm. So it's just, I'm inspired just watching Brett chase his dreams and execute. I'm inspired. So it's a lot more living we got to do. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot more places we got to do, man. We got to go put on one of those ugly snow outfits and go fall down the mountain somewhere, man, and create a snowball, man. We got to have us some fun. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's just how I look at it. And so when you actually love what you rocking with, you know what I mean? I wake up in the morning when no cameras are on. Yo, let's have a egg omelet and a glass of blue. Like, yo, this is a fucking great morning for Rose. You know what I'm saying? Now let's go to work. Yeah. It helps me keep my pace up. I'm chill. Let's win.
Yeah, that's love. That's love. And Rose, just a reminder, we on the radio too. We blasting out live on the radio too, man. So we on the YouTube and the radio.
I got you. I just be excited, man. I'm excited.
That's what we love about it, man. That's what we love about
the team, man. I'm with the team, so
Yeah.
But what's dope, Brett, like Rick, you told the story in your book, like that you were repping Bel Air and Sovereign brands before like y'all were partners.
Yeah, without a doubt. Mm-hmm. And to me, that's what make this situation so organic. I was introduced to Luke Belair Sovereign Brands through DJ Clue in New York City. I had a new hit record out, and I was kind of new around New York. DJ Clue had me, booked at a party. And man, we just had an amazing night. It was just one of those moments as a young artist going to get it. And, we just drunk black bottles all night. I didn't even ask the name. I didn't even ask how to pronounce none of that until the following morning when I woke up. Yo, homie, last night was legendary, but what was that we was drinking? What was that? Yeah. Oh, I got you, homie. I know the homie that's dude, he real cool. You know what I'm saying? Woo, I'm going to get you a few bottles. And, yeah, I need that. You know what I'm saying? So I was already going by Rosé because, growing up on South Beach, enjoying the parties, that was something that I already grew to love. But this just solidified it. And I really felt like, damn, if this was my first time seeing it, I'd love to introduce it to Miami, introduce it to all the other hustlers because I loved it. And that's what it was. And it just went from there.
And Damien, just to take it full circle for both your questions on Ross, he's not the guy who, when he wants something, he goes after it. He doesn't wait for people. He doesn't wait for anything. He just goes and he goes after it. He's tenacious. He's fearless. He wants it. He has an idea. I want to go do this. This is what I want. I'm married to my wife today because I freaking went after her. Like, if you want something, you go after it. Go get it. That's what Ross brings to the table, man. You got to find people like that. It's awesome. And even you guys, again, using this as an example, we met because of the brand. You guys were supporting the brand. We were introduced through Ben, my guy in NorCal. Guess what? Now we got a relationship. Now we're talking. Now this is the second time on the show. That's what relationships are about, and that's what we're trying to do.
And the great thing about Brett, another story from being at the Promised Land. First of all, it was like, I don't know, close to 170 degrees out there, and Brett had the tracksuit that was fresh. The blue tracksuit was crazy, and he didn't take the jacket off not one time. So Brett is the man for that. But then we go, we're like, okay, there's Brett. Let's introduce ourselves. And this is a mogul out here. This is a guy that is out here making $1 million moves. He's doing major billion dollar moves. Right. I'm throwing them short, Rose. $1 billion moves. Right. And it's like, maybe we gotta say, hey, remember when you came on Dealer on KC? No, we get within 6 feet. Brett's talking to somebody. He's like, hey, hold on 1 second. KC, Damien, what's going on? Blew my mind. I'm like, yo, Brett. But that's the type of leader he is. Right. Where every single thing, every single interaction matters. And that just stood out in a major way, Brett, when you had that foresight.
It's, again, when you do what you love, it's authentic. When you like people, it's authentic. You can't fake this shit. So you guys flew all the way out there in support, and God, I want to show support right back, which is just awesome. And yes, it was like 100 degrees out, and I'm wearing a full freaking flannel Adidas. But I look good though, right?
Oh, you was fly though. Why? You was fly for the gram. You did it for the gram. You did it for the gram.
I freaking owned it. I said to myself, you know what? Everyone's like, aren't you hot? I'm like, no, I'm not gonna give in on this. I'm not hot.
That day, it didn't matter what. I could have went out there butt naked and I was gonna sweat. So I might as well look good in my clothes. Like, it was crazy hot that day.
Richer Than I Ever Been comes out December 10th.
Right.
We'll talk about that album here in a minute, but you talked about almost giving up. Like you wrote in your book about almost giving up after, like I think you were performing at a club, Peanut was driving, car flip, and then a trip that paid you $250 wound up costing you thousands and thousands of dollars.
Right.
What kept you, because that was before Hustling hit. What kept you moving?
That was years before Hustling hit, yeah.
What kept you moving after that?
Sometimes it's really hard to explain. And sometimes the words...
Were you really close to giving up?
Of course. You just don't really... It's like after you've written songs for other people to be successful, but, coming from yourself, I'm thinking about becoming a boss, building an empire, getting to the money. Let's live a certain standard. Let's set a new, let's go. But what was working where I'm from in Miami was go, twerk, twerk, twerk. Yeah. Which I loved. When I went to the beach, I love it. I love it. But that wasn't for me. You know what I mean? And it just wasn't right. And I didn't know where to look. I didn't know where to go. I didn't have a Dr. Dre to go to. I was just in my room, going out every day, going out every night, introducing myself to producers. And I meet producers, here's something that's cool, and I write a record for another artist that would work for, and it would work for them, but not for me. So after you go through that so long, it's like, I remember just sitting there, but it's just, I wouldn't allow myself to give up. Did I want to give up? Of course. After you've done something for 10 years for free, That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
Even if every blue moon, you know, of course you got a couple dollars or whatever, but you know, overall it felt like you put in over a decade of work for free.
Yeah.
I just didn't allow myself to quit. And then I recorded Every Damn Hustler, which overnight changed the game for me.
Yeah. And Rose, you bringing that up, it reminds me of an interview that the late great Nipsey Hussle did that just always sticks with me. And he talks about kind of like what you just did, where he's like, man, coming up, I went through every emotion. You know, I wanted to quit. I was done with this, and I went through every emotion. But there was something that brought you back to say, nah, this is my dream. This is what I'm willing to die for. And I hear you say that, and it's important to hear people like Nip and like Rose say that, because anybody that's trying to build something from the ground up, that's trying to create, they just see the finished product. They don't know that Rose was like, man, I'm done with this. You know what I mean? And it's important to understand that those feelings are real, and you're not alone if you feel like, hey, I want to be done with this. But there's something that, and Brett, I know you probably feel the same way, something that like, I just got to keep going. And it's important to hear stories from, you know, whether it's a self-made story or what Rose's talking about, and hear that for people that are trying to achieve their dreams.
Oh, it's without a doubt, most definitely the truth, because you can't hide your emotions, you know, and when you're really chasing something that you're passionate about, and this is real life. Entertainment is one thing, and real life is something totally different. And when you're talking about real life, and damn, this is, you know, there is no plan B. You know what I mean? I didn't have a plan B. Like, what else we gonna do? It ain't no what else we'll do. Because if we had something else to do, I'm sure we may have started 5 years ago after I was 10 years in. But we didn't have nothing else to do other than what we love to do. And, you know, it was just the amount of work we just continued to put in. And to a point where once, you know, I had that first record that broke, I never looked back. And it's 15 years later. I'm going on my 11th album. And, you know, we headlining tours, and, you know, the young artists still reaching out for features and collaborations, you know, almost like I was my first year in. And I just sit back and I'm just like, damn, I'm just going to enjoy it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because there's no way for me to explain it.
Rick Ross and Brett Berish. Rick, can we talk about this right here? Can we talk about this Luke Belaire Blue?
Of course we can.
That swept the nation this summer, and the marketing that went into this, and the limited availability. Can you tell us something about this Blue?
Of course.
Well, you notice on the bottle what it says right underneath Bel Air?
Edition Limited.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a limited edition. This was supposed to be something, we're going to try something. You know, in any industry, new brands, new people, new music is the lifeblood. It creates a whole new aura. It creates a whole new next generation. And brands are the same thing. And sometimes you get, lightning in a bottle. This was it. This is the hottest shit out there. I don't think there's one single wine or spirit that's hotter than Bel Air Blue. It's the taste is amazing. The package is amazing. The color is just ridiculous. It's the most. If it was a model, it'd be a supermodel. It doesn't take a bad picture.
And not to cut Brett off, but I remember when Brett was at the house with me one day, and you know, he pulled me to the side. He didn't really have no big speakers, nothing. He just, yo, check this out. Showed me something on the computer, and I looked at it like this.
His eyes got big. It's like, no.
I'm like, what is this? He's like, this is the next move. And I'm like, yo. And I just looked at it, and I stared at it. And then when he finally got me a bottle to taste, I was like, wow, this shit is going to be phenomenal. he always come up with his ideas and shit. And
But
once
this is-
again,
this
man.
is-
I guess I got to remind everybody, radio.
Oh yeah, radio, baby.
It's the radio show. Brett, we're on the radio.
You gotta Bel Air Blue. You gotta remember, and this is what it gets back to. You gotta trust your instincts and try things. You gotta trust your instincts and try things. Bel Air Blue.
Yeah.
That's what it was. We wanted to try something completely different. It's in the bottle, it's in the taste, it's in the look, and our fans love it, and it's awesome. It's awesome. The trade loves it. Everybody loves it. It's
This
great.
was the hottest thing out here all summer.
It
It
really
still
was.
is. It still
Yeah.
is. It's
Yeah.
gonna- It still is. Put it this way: you probably have more bottles than me right now.
Look, you guys have me feeling like the man because I have some, and people were coming to the crib like, "Yo, where you can't get this nowhere." I had people that was owners of liquor stores who were like, "You can't get how you get this." I was like, "Don't worry about it, man. Rose, Brett, Berish, those are my guys. Don't worry about it. I got this." You know what I mean?
No,
It's a great
it
brand.
went crazy. It
We're
went crazy.
proud, and it's doing awesome. And it's just amazing. It's amazing. The whole lineup: Bamboo, Bel Air, McQueen. The whole Vion, the whole lineup is it's a family. It's a family. It's our kids.
Another popular one out here is the Bamboo
Oh.
Cream.
Yeah.
Oh,
You gotta have that.
Yeah.
Might be
We
Russ.
got,
How do
we
you
got
drink that, Russ? How do you drink Bamboo Cream?
It's really, I'm gonna be honest, it's really different vibes. But we coming into the holidays, Brett, so it's time to go into the eggnog season. It's time to go into the eggnog season.
yeah.
And I'm gonna give you the rosé splash. I use that splash.
I feel you.
Warm it up like it's hot chocolate. Trust me.
That's the move.
okay.
Okay. All right. I'm on that tonight. I'm not wasting no
Trust me.
time.
Trust me.
Why is the time right to finally drop Richer Than I Ever Been?
Because it's just, I really feel like, it's something about this time of the year for me. I feel like that big boy rap back. It's time for that. I love all the vibes. I love to see what's going on. I love the Dirks. I love the little babies, the baby. I love all the energy. But we also got to make sure the OGs stay in touch with the streets, and that's what this is.
Yeah.
And when I say richer than I ever been, I'm talking sonically, musically, lyrically. It's just gonna be one of them feelings. And I made sure the time wasn't right until it was perfect. And here we are. It's ready.
Hey Rick, you talking about the OGs connecting with the younger generation and things of that nature. It brought me back to I was watching an interview with you, and it was kind of like just a little passing comment that you made about, you guys were talking about Biggie for a quick second, and you're like, Biggie is the inspiration. It got me thinking in that moment. I was like, yo, if Big was here, I think him and Rose would be tight. Like, I think they would be like thick as thieves. And I know you did, Puff is your man. Has Puff ever mentioned that to you? Like, yo, if Big was here, he'd love you, Rose.
We had a lot of different conversations. I can't just say per se that's what he said. But he told me, he believed most definitely he would have, appreciated my music, my style of dress.
Yeah.
That type of vibe, you know what I mean? When we out partying, and Puff look over there, see me kicking it with a chick or whatever, it'd just be one of them things, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But most definitely, Big was most definitely easily my biggest person that I idolize musically,
Yeah.
Rick, we know what's next for Brett, or excuse me, Brett, we know what's next for Rick with December 10th and Richer Than I Ever Been, but what's next for the brands?
Oh, keep grinding. We're not going to stop. We'll keep growing. More countries. It's amazing. Bel Air's in almost 90 countries. Bamboo is in 70. McQueen is in 30. Vion, we can't keep it in stocks for the U.S. I got 2 new brands coming next year in 2 new categories. So my team is carrying it for the first time. If they're listening, 2 new categories, premium brands, kick-ass, cool. We're going to do, Rick, we got to do it. We're going to do something musically between Africa and the U.S., right, Rick?
I'm ready.
We're
told you I'm
doing
ready.
lots of stuff in Africa right now. I'm interviewing all sorts of influencers and artists, and I love the idea of cross marketing artists together to work on music together. So I'm trying to get Rick and his team, and that's going to happen.
Wow.
Just keep doing what we're doing. I mean, it's today's gone. Tomorrow you're going to start all over again. Let's go.
Yeah. And I want to give, sorry, Damien, just real quick, I want to give both of you guys a salute, man, for something that I think Ross put on and Brett participated in as well, that I just thought was super dope, man. The Boss Up Conference that you did a couple months ago at the Promised Land, just getting, entrepreneurs and getting ideas together and networking and really giving the game, Rose, the way that you learned it. And so many times I feel like people, they get the game and they keep it to themselves, and for you not only to give it, but have a meeting of the minds, have somebody like Brett who's there that can give his testimony. I just thought that was dope, man. I just want to salute both of you guys for that.
It really was, man. And to meet Brett taking the time out to come and meet these young entrepreneurs, that meant even more to me. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times it makes a huge difference when you could hear these words coming from somebody that's executed the plan. Because when you're just like I was at one point before I ever made a hit record, I was considering giving up, quitting, or whatever it was, and I was so close. And you never know how close you are to really rewriting history. You could be right around the corner, and sometimes it just takes those certain words from that certain person. And man, the Boss Up Conference was special.
And if I could add, forget me speaking. I got so motivated by listening to all the other speakers in the audience who were participating. Guys, hustlers, guys who had their own stories to tell. Rick, I don't know if you remember Trap Wall Street.
Right.
Oh my God, his story and what he's doing, and it's so uplifting. And seeing these guys just they work, and they're there to meet and to network. And Ross took his time meeting everybody individually afterwards and telling and listening to them and seeing what opportunities are out there. It was beyond everything I could possibly imagine. So forget me speaking. I loved it.
Yeah. Rick, we know you're hurting today with Young Dolph and what happened yesterday. You could have easily have put this off, rescheduled it, just scratched it all together, but you chose to be with us, man, and we really appreciate that. We really appreciate both of you. Thank you for all that you've done. I've told the people who listen to this show many times, I'll tell you too, a lot changed for me and KC the day after our last interview. A whole lot changed. And that's because of you two, man. So we're forever indebted, and we appreciate this partnership we have. And thank you both so much for making time for us today.
Man, I just want to let you guys know this is only the beginning. Let's continue to build. Let's continue to spread. And the boss here whenever you need me. And I'm sure I'm speaking on behalf of Brett, Sovereign as well. We family, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hey, fellas, real quick. Rose, I got a quick request, man. It's my son's 9th birthday. One of his favorite songs is "Money in the Grave," man. He just want to know if he can get a shout out for his birthday, man.
Oh, man, you already know what it is. Happy birthday, happy 9th. That's from the biggest boss. You feel me? You already know what it is, man. It's much love. It's much love.
That's love, man. Appreciate you.
Dope.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
I think Rick froze up, but we're gonna let y'all ride, man. Brett, Rick, we appreciate you guys so much. December 10th, richer than I ever been. We can't wait, Rick. We can't wait, man. We ready for that heat.
D-Lo, KC, huge fans, guys. Keep listening.
Thank you, guys.
D-Lo, KC for life.